A hurricane, leverage like a counterplane.
We bring you the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show live from downtown Culver City, hosted by Karl Gerber, a real workplace lawyer in 4 states.
Who's supposed to talk first?
This is a pretty free-flowing show. We aren't scripted or anything. It's up to you.
Well, I don't feel right about that. You're the show host. You should be the first to say something.
Oh, no, it's like when the visiting team comes, you let them go first.
Oh, man, well, I wouldn't want to be the first person to say something here. I have no idea what to even say.
Well, just say whatever comes to your mind. You're the guest.
Well, could you warm us up a little bit? Just say something first.
Oh, I'd hate to steal the attention out from you. I want you to be the first one to say something.
I can't. I've never been on the radio before. This is your 96th show on this station.
Well, that's why I want to give you the opportunity to talk first. I've been there. I've done that.
Well, I just can't do it.
Just try.
I feel like we've already been talking for a long while.
Yeah, but not on the air.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, we're saying things, but it's really a nothing conversation so far.
Well, yeah, I feel like we haven't really said anything yet.
Do you think we should?
I wouldn't know what to say.
Okay, let me introduce my guest. I was hoping he'd jump in and say something intelligent, but what guest on a conservative talk radio station is intelligent?
Yeah, what is that? Some kind of oxymoron? An intelligent guest?
Well, William Buckley is no longer with us.
Well, I beg to differ.
He died in 2008.
Oh, I placed him just last week.
Yeah, we're not going to get into funeral jokes.
You know what I think you'd be very good at?
Representing employees?
I wasn't thinking about that.
Well, thanks to the lack of confidence in me.
Did anyone ever tell you have what it takes to be a mortuary makeup artist?
Definitely not.
Yeah, can't you see yourself taking that direction?
No.
I look at you and I think mortuary makeup artist. Not that you need one. No, you'd be fantastic at it.
I must just call out decerology.
See, you even know the word.
Maybe I should have talked first.
It's the way you keep your nails. They're so clean. You're doing all that construction work and tying legal briefs?
By the way, audience, this is Murray Spiegel. He's going to tell you all there is to know about jobs. He'll tell you how you should interview to how you should quit a job. He's what we call an employment expert.
And how to find a job. We'll get into that, too.
I've interviewed a lot of job candidates lately trying to fill a legal secretary/paralegal job and an attorney position. You know, I've got my own list of what people should not do or say in a job interview.
How are you doing?
I'm surviving, at least for now, before you tell us that the coronavirus started in a Toyota Corona.
I've heard that.
Well, what do you suggest in terms of job interviewing skills?
Well, what I'm about to say applies for you interviewing your next gardener, a caregiver for mom, even if you aren't looking for a job yourself.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm just trying to be positive. I'm hoping people are live streaming this show on the Karl Gerber with a K channel on YouTube.
That's not what I meant. How are you doing?
You already asked me that.
No, don't say that during a job interview.
I won't.
How are you doing?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm mildly annoyed. You said that 4 times, and to be frank with you, I hate it when people talk folksy.
Well, look, you'll never get a job.
Whew, that's a relief. And I won't need one because we're about to go socialist.
Well, you still don't get it. You gotta walk into the room, Ask how the other person is doing, even if you don't care, and say it like you're Italian.
I'm thinking that might offend somebody who is Italian or just somebody's sensibilities who isn't a complete moron. I'm not a big fan of people dropping the ends of words.
Oh, well, let me tell you, you'll never make it as a professional sleeper.
No, I'm not that boring.
Well, just last week, I had a job requisition to fill for a professional sleeper.
Is this some kind of a tramp? Why do I always get these guests who are involved in the sex industry?
Just because they lay around on mattresses doesn't mean they're tramps.
Well, what kind of people become professional sleepers?
Now, that's a good question.
Well, Murray Spiegel, do you know the answer?
I should. I've recruited thousands.
Are these the kind of people who walk around in their pajamas all day?
Not always pajamas, but they wear loose-fitting clothes.
The last time I heard about somebody who wears loose-fitting clothes to work, that was the Yoni lady, and we heard her pants also come down in episode 91 of this show.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Now, with the Yoni lady trying to do the app, she's having problems finding enough women with the right training. She needs Yoni people.
I wouldn't imagine there's a lot of work out there for Yoni ladies in Los Angeles.
Oh, you would be surprised.
I think that Yoni masseuses would be in high demand here in Los Angeles.
There's definitely a market for a good V steaming or a V massage, but I'm not going to lie to you. The whole Yoni experience, it isn't as popular as the paranormal investigations industry.
Yeah, we had a female chef who worked in a ghost kitchen last week. That's episode 93. It involved the witch who is the chief executive officer at Senate Publishing, where they make one-word songs that are never more than 1 minute in order to conjure up the feeling of the song without infringing it.
The chief executive officer of Senate Publishing actually came to me. She wasn't sure she'd be acquitted in that witch hunt. She wanted to see if I could place her somewhere in Florida where they'd whiten their teeth.
Were you able to? She's only 30, but she's got something like 57 years of experience in music publishing. One-word songs that are only 1 second.
Well, I told her she'd have to get down with that BJCP before she could get serious about doing that.
BJ? I got censored when one sex robot of Rhemus Helms came on to this show and had blow-ups of recycled, repurposed condoms used for subterranean waterproofing, and we were talking about the job blowing those things up.
Well, the BJCP has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I don't like the way it's BJ and then it has the initials C and P, both of which could be the first word to something obscene.
I think that you've been hanging around with that Rhemus Helms fella too much.
Oh, I forgot to say something. I should have said this a long time ago.
This program is made possible by a generous grant from the Helms Foundation's $5.14 billion in funding and 14 inches of endowment.
Well, gosh, that's a lot of endowment.
Did that witch woman do the whole BJCP thing?
I think she's going to.
God help us all.
Yeah, I know. I think it's a big career change for her.
You know, music publishing, the prostitution, what a horrific path to take.
Believe me, I've seen a lot of people go that route.
You represent prostitutes?
No, and double no, triple no even. That's 4 no's.
I was a little worried. Okay, this is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, and I am a real workplace lawyer, and this is the craziest comedy you're going to hear in Los Angeles or anywhere on the radio right now. So get used to it. It floats around on this station, and it's going to start floating in other places too. But if you have a real workplace problem, you've been fired from your job, I can be reached during normal business hours at 877-525-0700. That's 877-525-0700. If your employer owes you a lot of wages they didn't pay you, 877-525-0700. If you want a lawyer who can script your lawsuit better than anyone else because you've been wrongfully terminated. We'll be back in just a minute for the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC.
I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or maybe even president. I can be.
Since 1993, the Employment Lawyers Group has been a consistent force in fighting for the rights of California employees. They've represented thousands of employees in cases in which they've lost their jobs, been sexually harassed, discriminated against at work, or owed wages individually or as a group such as a class action. The Employment Lawyers Group has maintained a high win rate and a serious record before the California courts. Please call 877-525-0700 for an experienced work lawyer. That's 877-525-0700. They have call takers standing by. Online, research the firm at worklawyerca.com. They have offices throughout Southern California. If you hire the Employment Lawyers Group, your legal problem becomes theirs to solve.
This is John.
Okay, family announcement. Our smart home is online.
Cool, Dad.
Yeah, smart lights, smart fridge, smart thermostat. The smart speaker plays music or answers questions like this. Check it out. Question: what animals besides humans have chins?
Can't find home internet. Super impressive, Dad.
Okay, hold on. Question: can you find the home internet?
Can't find home internet.
Haha, smart house!
Your home is only as smart as your internet. AT&T Internet is fast and reliable, even during peak times. Get consistently fast speeds for $40 a month. See if you qualify at att.com/internet. Reliability excludes DSL and based on network availability. Consistency based on wired connection to gateway. Requires 12-month agreement and $10 per month equipment fee. Includes internet plans 768 kilobytes to 100 megabits when bundled with other qualifying minimum $19 per month service on one bill. Early termination, activation, other charges, and restrictions apply.
Attention.
At Retirement Planners of America seminar, you'll learn how our invest and protect strategy takes advantage of stock market gains while minimizing bear market declines. Please join us on
Next Seminars is Saturday, February 22nd at Embassy Suites by Hilton Arcadia.
Register today at rpoa.com. At Retirement Planners of America, we want your money to last as long as you do.
Retirement Planners of America, rpoa.com.
You know what it feels like? It feels like clearance time at Royal Gems, and that means humongous savings. They import their own diamonds. Their master craftsmen make all the jewelry in-house, and that means no middleman ever, at least 30 to 50% less than most jewelry stores. So go see Mitch at Royal Gems. He'll save you a ton of money. They do everything in-house, even repairs in 45 minutes while you watch and wait. They have great buys on wedding rings, earrings, bracelet, pendants. They're at 17205 Ventura Boulevard in the Plaza de Oro in Encino. Just look for the big arch, 818-347-7974. But you know what? Go and see the beautiful savings in person. It'll blow your mind.
Get Smashmouth Conservative Talk. Afternoons 3 to 6 with Ben Shapiro on AM 790 KABC. Your home for Trojans football.
Lawyers on the rap game. Impact like a hurricane, leverage like a counterclaim.
Talk Radio 790 KABC. You're listening to the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show, and I'm Karl Gerber, a real workplace lawyer. And my advice to you, and this is what our guest Murray Spiegel said, you should power swab your teeth in your own bathroom if you're applying for a job at Senate Music Publishing, where the witch we're talking about plans on going out for the BJCP program.
Well, I do place musicians, and some of them go down the wrong path, the path of no return.
Well, nonetheless, I wish the witch from episode 93 the best of luck with the BJCP.
I never would have imagined she was into beer.
Me neither.
I don't know if she'll make a good beer judge.
She drinks?
She confided in me that For some time, she wanted to become a beer judge.
Yeah, maybe it's some millennial crisis she's going through. She thinks that she's had enough craft beers to be a beer judge.
Well, she's going to be in the BJCP right now, this minute as we speak.
What kind of program is that?
Well, there are 5,077 active judges in the program, with 767 holding the rank of national or higher. Members have judged over 1,029,893 beers and have sanctioned over 6,494 competitors. The program not only teaches you to judge beer, it also teaches you in the ins and outs of, or the ins and outs of mead and cider.
God, if I could learn the ins and outs of the mead and cider, I'd be a better person. My voice would get better.
Oh, indeed you would, and it would.
Is there a right way to turn down a job offer, Murray Spiegel?
Well, I'm glad you asked, of course. The same way you turn down an adventure you aren't attracted to.
I haven't heard those words since the turn of the last century.
Well, you just stand up and you look the offer in the eye and say to them, "Ma'am, if you're a woman, and man, if you're a man, believe me, I always enjoy a little bit of the old out and in, but mostly out. But you just aren't my type."
That's extremely bizarre. I would not recommend saying that to someone who offers you a job.
Well, it depends on the type of job. Trust me, it's usually the right move.
Say, where exactly is your office located, Murray?
In the great Sun Valley, California.
How close are you to the Rhemus Helms cosplay ostrich ranch?
Walking distance.
So, for instance, if you were so inclined, you could just walk over there and get a prostate steaming?
Oh, well, I wish I could. I used to, but after that AB5 law about independent contractors came out, Rhemus Helms had to fire the Yoni lady, and he didn't want to make her an employee.
Listeners, please scratch whatever you just heard. Forget you heard it. This man is not a sane expert on employment.
No, it's true. Rhemus Helms really fired the Yoni lady because of that new law. She's not there anymore.
Well, that is true, but I'm suggesting that the listeners forget about you saying, "How you doing?" and talking folksy when they show up for an interview, and saying that whole weird thing about the out and in when they want to turn down a job.
Look, my advice might not be right for some people.
Most people, I'd say.
Well, don't you think that's a little bit of an exaggeration?
You're right. How you doing?
See, you're picking it up.
I'm picking what up?
The coronavirus.
I don't even have a Toyota Corona.
Yeah, but that Filipino girl you dated in 1987 had one.
Oh, actually, I think it was a Toyota, but I don't think it was a Corona.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's how you get the virus.
Murray, how exactly did you find out about this show?
Well, I got this summons.
You can't be summoned to a non-legal proceeding.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not sure about that. People were summoned to that witch hunt a couple of weeks ago. They didn't show up, but they were summoned.
This isn't a witch hunt here. At least not today.
Well, by the way, why aren't we here at 3? Or why are we here at 3 on a Sunday?
This station's trying to really psych out the listeners, especially the ones who don't like me. They want me to keep popping up all the time so the listeners feel like they just can't get away from me.
Oh, man, that is cruel.
Tell me about it. A few ladies just cringe when they hear my voice. It's sad, too. I mean, I'm not finding there are that many men complaining.
Well, that's because you've got those sex girls on the show. Delicious Divine, Cindy D, and that Molly Machete.
Delicious Divine has never been on this show.
Man, that's sad. She's my kind of woman. If I were interviewing her, I wouldn't have to. I was one of those lucky few who got that sex robot before she got recalled.
Well, that's not a good thing.
Well, I just love what she does with those bonbons.
Like starting the coronavirus over at Mobility Estates Corona?
Man, oh man, I wish my model would do that on my couch. I'd lick up the melting chocolate.
That's nasty. You're nasty. You've made this show nasty. The listeners are feeling nasty and it's Sunday.
Oh man, I'm really sorry about that, but this show's been on a lot of Saturdays, and your people will worship then.
Damn, I never thought of it like that. We're always interfering with somebody's holy day, this broadcast. They should put us on a Friday before sundown. I mean, that's a holy day for employees of all denominations come about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. They're pretty religious about stopping any real work.
Yeah, I always tell job applicants honesty is the right path.
Well, that I agree with.
Oh, sir, yes, sir, no, sir. Sorry for barging in here, sir.
Oh, the soldier. You couldn't have come at a better time. I think the recruiter / interview expert on this show works a little too close to Rhemus Helms.
Rhemus Helms, sir. Yes, sir. That's the kind of endowment I thought I had.
Now, wait a minute there, Sergeant Captain Friday. I went to a whole lot of trouble to get your thing back.
Well, I thought I knew my genital. Maybe I was without it too long, sir. Maybe absence doesn't make the heart grow fonder. I don't know. I just thought it was different.
Sergeant Friday, you shouldn't be complaining about your genital.
Well, yeah. That's right, Sergeant Friday. Don't complain about it.
I mean, I went to a lot of trouble to get it back. I even had to pretend that I was a disgraced Republican congressman who was gambling ill-gotten gain in that high-end dreidel game on episode 89 of this show. That's the kind of hardcore political comedy we deal with here.
Sir, yes, sir. I do have Dombass to thank. He ended up buying it off Bernie Madoff at the end of the game when he won it from Myron Alfumbra, pronounced Manning but spelled Eminem, who was holding my genital hostage in the same place as those Iraqi missiles the U.S. never found.
Mm-hmm.
It was a quid pro quo, you for my genital, but you outsmarted Myron Alfumbra, pronounced Manning but spelled Eminem. I'm sort of confused. Is your genital was in that secret location with the Iraqi weapons of mass destruction? How was it in a paper bag in the parking lot of the Lucky 7 Tarzana Nuru massage parlor? Really in Reseda during that shirtless dreidel game that was in the news last year?
Oh, that's easy. Myron Alfumbra, pronounced Manning, but spelled Eminem, was carrying it around all over the place. We just kept missing him. We tracked him to a whorehouse in a deserted motel in Redondo Beach on episode 87, to Santa's Village on episode 88. It wasn't until Molly Machete, the most non-neutral workplace investigator, got that lead on the high roller shirtless dreidel game that we caught up with the soldier's genital.
Sir, yes, sir. I swear, sir. I shouldn't swear. Forgive me, sir.
We do.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm quite certain before that evil bait and switch by Myron Alfumbra, pronounced Manning but spelled Eminem, where he gave me the limited centimeters stand-in and took mine. I swear mine was another 1/4 inch. Well, what'd you expect? You thought they could sew it back on like it never came off? Well, I was courting the lovely lady from episode 89 who was in the church needlepoint league. She'd gone down to just 30 orgasms a day. That's really hitting rock bottom, falling from grace when she was doing 180 on a good day and more on a bad day.
I think, gentlemen, the point is she was doing better with the soldier dating her.
He really must have been satisfying her.
To the contrary, she just kept thinking of that limited centimeter stand-in he had, and her disorder subsided.
I shouldn't have been complaining about losing 1/4 of an inch. I've come a long way from where I was with the stand-in.
Yeah, I agree. And listeners, you got to catch up on this. This is the kind of crazy stuff we've got on the Karl Gerber with the K channel on YouTube or even the KABC site, 20 or more sound sharing sites, all of the internet. But if you do need a real workplace lawyer in California, that's me. I'm Karl Gerber. Offices all over Southern California. I can be reached at 877-525-0700. Call me about a real sexual harassment case. I'm actually a women's lawyer with pregnancy and sexual harassment quite a bit. 877-525-0700. 877-525-0700. If you want a lawyer that's going to make the other side's witnesses sound like the guests on my show, I'm done examining them. All right, we'll be back in a minute in the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC with the Soldier and Murray now in this studio with me live in downtown trendy Culver City.
I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or maybe even president. I can be.
Since 1993, the Employment Lawyers Group has been a results-oriented law firm whose goal is to get the client what they deserve. They've represented thousands of California employees who've lost their jobs, been sexually harassed, subjected to employment discrimination, or were owed wages on an individualized or group basis, such as a class action. They have a high rate of success. There are few situations involving employment law that they have not confronted. At the forefront of employee rights, they're often the first employee law firm to confront a new legal issue. For an experienced employment lawyer, call 877-525-0700. That's 877-525-0700. They have call takers standing by. Online, read more about the firm at employeelawca.com. They have offices throughout Southern California. Make your work problem theirs to solve.
AM 790
KABC.
Talk Radio 790 KABC News Update. I'm Steve Cumming. Over 1,100 former Justice Department workers are calling for Attorney General Bill Barr to resign over his handling of the Roger Stone case. The Justice Department intervened in the sentencing for the longtime Trump associate, knocking down the sentence prosecutors initially recommended for his conviction for obstruction of justice, lying to Congress, and witness tampering. In an open letter to Barr, the ex-DOJ employees say Barr and President Trump have openly and repeatedly flouted the law. They say Barr and Trump have damaged the DOJ's reputation and integrity. Hundreds of Americans are heading home after spending days aboard a cruise ship quarantined in Japan because of the coronavirus. 2 chartered flights left Japan, heading for Travis Air Force Base here in California and Kelly Field Lackland Air Force Base in Texas. KABC SoCal weather, mostly clear this evening, then low clouds and fog overnight with lows in the mid-40s to around 50. I'm Steve Cumming. We're on the News Watch 24/7 for you on AM 790 KABC.
This is Jim. We're live from the red carpet at the 3rd Annual Unstopped Drain Awards, where once again, Stinky's Rooter is attempting to capture the gold from Mike Diamond, who arrived on time just over an hour ago. Looks like Bubba has finally arrived. Bubba, after 2 consecutive defeats, what makes you think you can win this year?
Well, I never quote a stopped-up drain over the phone. I don't have a prize book, and I smell like a sewer.
I know. Who are you wearing tonight?
Official Stinky's attire. Dirty t-shirt with some pocket donut, holy socks, and skinny jeans to enhance my plumber cleavage.
Will that be enough? You're up against Mike Diamond, the Smell Good Plumber. They unstop drains for $99. Show up on time and smell good.
I don't think it's fair. How are the rest of us supposed to get jobs when their prize book shows $99 for a kitchen sink or even a mainline sewer stoppage?
This is Mike Diamond, and I guarantee my plumber will show up on time and smell good, or your house call is free.
Call 1-800-446-MIKE. Contractor license number 399170. From Dana Point to Point Magoo. Get it right. AM 790 KABC.
The lawyers on the rap game, impact like a
Talk
hurricane,
Radio,
leverage like a
790 KABC. You're listening to Karl Gerber, Workplace Lawyer Show. I'm Karl Gerber, a real workplace lawyer. And if I stuck my teeth in some of the guests I've had on this show, I'd be spitting out latex because half of them are sex robots. At any rate, peoples, I've got the Soldier in here, and I've got Murray Spiegel in here. I don't know that he's an expert on careers, but, Soldier, I'm not keeping files on the size of that body part you claim you lost?
Yeah, but, sir, I wanted you to know.
No, I'm not keeping notes on the sizes.
Oh, yeah, I got that, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir, I'm sorry, man. I was confused. I can't live with this 1/4 of an inch difference, okay? It can't be mine.
Sergeant, Captain Friday, this all leads to a certain unsavory issue. How exactly do you know that you lost a 1/4 inch?
Yeah, those things aren't always the same size, right? Or is that just me?
I presume the soldier takes his measurements as statistically significant moments.
Well, maybe his girlfriend with the orgasm disorder ain't exactly doing it for him. She's going and going and going, and where's he in all of this? He can't keep up with her numbers. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, sir. Dr. Goldman, he reattached it.
He's the same children's doctor doing a 3 service who must have walked away when Myron Alfumbra pronounced Matting but spelled Eminem did that evil bait and switch.
Sir, no, sir. Yes, sir. Myron Alfumbra pronounced Matting but spelled Eminem. Lassoed it was a strand of ever-growing Berber that is actually nylon.
Oh, that's absurd.
Oh, seriously, Mr. Gerber, the whole thing's absurd.
Soldier, are you blaming Dr. Goldman for this limited decrease in size?
Sir, no, sir. Not Dr. Goldman, his wife.
What does Mindy Rickles Goldman have to do with this?
Well, she was in the OR during the surgery, sir.
Yeah, but you weren't awake.
Sir, no, yes, sir. No, she saw my genital. Well, that's a terrible afterthought. How's a guy supposed to live with that? Perform with that thought in his head?
It is rather morbid.
Sir, yes, sir. No, sir. Gerber, you have to help me. Mindy Goldman is going around decking people with her butt, and she's still planning to hide under the bed when Joshy has his first time to make sure it's safe. She's not reformed. She's been skipping out on Overprotective Parents Anonymous.
Well, if it wasn't for the record-breaking listeners of episode 66 when she was on that show, I'd be banning her.
Gosh, you're a sellout for overprotective mothers who have lethal butts.
I wasted far too much time searching the far corners of the earth for Sergeant Captain Friday's genital and trying to win it back in a high roller shirtless dreidel game.
But what if it wasn't my genital? That guy's got some serious inadequacy.
Excuse me, I have to say something.
Sir, yes, sir. Can you hold back?
What?
Sir, what can you hold back the sponsorship plug? This is important.
Okay, I guess Rhemus Helms will understand.
Hey, on episode 32, I heard over on the Karl Gerber with a K channel, Rhemus Helms was on the show claiming Michael Bloomberg invited him up to his office in New York City the same day you passed the California State Bar.
We have heard about that odd claim.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Bloomberg offered Rhemus Helms a lot of money for his distribution company, and then he invited him up to the Donatello in New York City for a Rhemus Helms Toast of the City party.
Oh, yeah, man, that's where it was supposed to have happened.
Can you imagine that? Rhemus Helms up in the Donatello, and he's done servicing Daryl Hannah's friend, and he's still got it going on. And then some weird guy with a chunky-looking wig walks by with a resin mold, and Rhemus Helms' thing just happens to get in that mold, and then we all know what happened.
Oh, well, what? The guy who held the mold with the bad Chucky hair, he got impeached?
Sir, no, sir, no, sir. He sold the mold to Adin and Elvira for $5 or $10 million. He needed to pay off casino debts.
Oh, look, this is when the authorities, or at least that political party, is going to shut down this show.
How can they do that? Rhemus Helms said this happened. It must have happened. Sirs, that's not all. Mr. Gerber got Rhemus Helms $200. $1 million when his genital got infringed like that.
I most certainly did not get Rhemus Helms any money when his genital got infringed, and I've never represented him. But I have verified, at least via Judge Bijou over at episode 29, that Rhemus Helms really did get $200.1 million because she was counsel for Adin and Elvira back then in the 90s when he was going through those tender times.
Wow, I never thought of it that way.
Everybody knows this stupid story, Murray.
No, I can see it now. Michael Bloomberg's got about 15% of the Democratic vote. What if he's up there debating Trump in the national elections in September? Sirs, this could be a conspiracy.
My word! I wouldn't put it past the realm of reason that this whole thing is based upon some weird November 23rd, 1993 plot to infringe Rhemus Helms' genital.
Sirs, it's been a very strange Democratic caucus.
Okay, in other words, all of the weirdness with Joe Biden being the front runner, and then we really find out the front runner is a near 80-year-old socialist Jew. I mean, my father's in love with him, and an extremely smart 38-year-old openly gay man who served this country in the Middle East. Yes, I'm proud of both of them and would be happy if either one of them won. I'm just being realistic. Well, I mean, you know, the country will see no alternative but to vote for Michael Bloomberg, because otherwise there are enough racists in this country to vote, you know, for that other guy with the hairdo. I mean, remember, this is comedy, isn't it?
Sir, yes, sir. Payback time for Michael Bloomberg.
Right, for inviting Trump to that party.
You don't think that a social guy or the 38-year-old stand a chance, do you?
Oh, my God. I just thought of something. I mean, could Bloomberg... I mean, he's really rich, but could he be using Rhemus Helms' money?
Sirs, the two of their fortunes combined, they could buy China.
I think we should call Rhemus Helms right now.
And what? Ask him if he endorses Michael Bloomberg? No, sir. He convinced Michael Bloomberg that he was part of the plot.
Now, I've heard that stupid idea.
Then what does this mean, sirs?
Well, it might mean you're a little off in your calculations.
No, sir. Hard to believe Bernie or Pete can win.
Well, I was referring to your personal calculations.
Well, look at this, sir.
Soldier, could you refrain from pulling something out of your pants?
Sir, it's okay. It's only a ruler. Well, how'd you get a whole foot-long ruler in his pocket?
Beats me. I mean, I don't really want to know.
Sirs, I've been using this ruler to measure since I was 14. Sick.
Well, that's gross. Take that ruler off the table and get it away from that microphone.
What are all those red marks on that ruler? Sir, yes, sir. Measurement at ages 14 to the age of 28 when things rounded out. I mean, straightened out.
You soldier, you carried that thing with you to Afghanistan?
Yeah, what did you do with it when you got captured by the Taliban and ended up getting the medal for non-sexual buggery when that Rhemus Helms thing appeared out of nowhere and that Taliban guy ran off with it and it had a cyanide capsule?
Footnote, please.
Episode 30. Sirs, now, there's a deal with the Taliban. Rhemus Helms was on the eve of sending an army of recalled sex robots into the region. They had to surrender.
What? The Taliban thought they'd get stuck in the not very accurate Cindy D model?
Sir, no, sir. They're worried about the delicious divine model spreading the coronavirus. You covered that 2 weeks ago, sir. I listened on the Karl Gerber with the K channel on YouTube. I subscribe.
And so should everybody listening, because where else are you going to get this point of view of what's going on in this world? I mean, come on, nothing is this crazy. And I mean, for all I know, this could be accurate. You know, Rhemus Helms told us that there was a plot with Michael Bloomberg and Donald Trump in 1993. Maybe there's one now. Maybe it's another conspiracy. Who knows? Anyways, you know, I don't know, but maybe you were listening to this show and you got fired from your job and you need a lawyer and you're going to call me at 877-525-0700 because I am a real employee lawyer. I'm licensed in 4 states. I've been practicing since 1993. In my whole career, I've only lost 1 jury trial and 1 binding arbitration. So 877-525-0700 gets you the lawyer with a hoarse voice, because all he ever does is talk about nonsense. 877-525-0700 for the Employment Lawyers Group statewide, also in Texas, Washington, D.C., Massachusetts, and, well, California, too. All right, this is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC. How do you like that? We'll be back in just a moment.
I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or maybe even president. I can.
Since 1993, the Employment Lawyers Group has been a consistent force in fighting for the rights of California employees. They've represented thousands of employees in cases in which they've lost their jobs, been sexually harassed, discriminated against at work, or owed wages individually or as a group, such as a class action. The Employment Lawyers Group has maintained a high win rate and a serious record before the California courts. Please call 877-525-0700 for an experienced work lawyer. That's 877-525-0700. They have call takers standing by. Online, research the firm at worklawyerca.com. They have offices throughout Southern California. If you hire the Employment Lawyers Group, your legal problem becomes theirs to solve.
You know what it feels like? It feels like clearance time at Royal Gems, and that means humongous savings. They import their own diamonds. Their master craftsmen make all the jewelry in-house, and that means no middleman ever, at least 30 to 50% less than most jewelry stores. So go see Mitch at Royal Gems. He'll save you a ton of money. They do everything in-house, even repairs in 45 minutes while you watch and wait. They have great buys on wedding rings, earrings, bracelet, pendants. They're at 17205 Ventura Boulevard in the Plaza de Oro in Encino. Just look for the big arch, 818-347-7974. But you know what? Go and see the beautiful savings in person. It'll blow your mind.
Beep's coming.
Pop quiz. If you sell a home for $500,000, how much would a traditional real estate agent charge in commission? If you guessed $25,000 to $30,000, you're right. But if you think that's the only way, you're wrong. This is why thousands of homeowners are making the switch to Rex. With Rex, you get a dedicated agent and a full-service experience at a fraction of the cost. Rex uses game-changing technology to cut out the middleman and save homeowners tens of thousands of dollars in fees. Remember, this is your home. Why give an insane amount of equity away to an agent? Rex offers the lowest fee in the industry without skimping on service. You'll work with an experienced real estate team with you every step of the way. Get the most out of your home. See if you qualify by calling 833-REX-HOME. 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. Licensed real estate broker, DRE number 01976010. Minimum fee may apply. Not licensed in all 50 states. Visit rexhomes.com to see if Rex is available in your area. Rex fully supports the principles of the Fair Housing Act and Equal Opportunity Act.
As a deli counter guy, I know pastrami. But ever since Wiener Schnitzel brought back their pastrami, where are my customers? Okay, fine, I don't put mine on a hot dog and Wiener Schnitzel do. Or pile them on chili cheese fries. Or, make them into a sandwich. Wait, I do that. Maybe not as good. And yeah, I had Wiener Schnitzel's pastrami and it was delicious. Thankfully, it's only here for a limited time, or I'd be done. What are you gonna do? I guess go to Wiener Schnitzel and get some pastrami 3 ways. Am I right?
From Woodland Hills to Chino Hills. Get it. Right. AM790 KABC.
Yo. The lawyers on the rap game impact like a
Talk Radio 790 KABC. You're listening to the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show. I've got some weird guests in here. And Soldier, on another note, how long is that ruler of yours supposed to be?
Sir, 12 inches, sir. Enough for me. But not enough for Rhemus Helms.
Oh, that ruler is the shortest 10 inches I've ever seen.
Well, that's crazy, sir. What do you think of the plastic shrink? If the plastic shrank?
Oh, maybe it's like a masonry tool. A trowel starts off a lot bigger, but if you screed hard concrete on surfaces over the years, a cheap trowel gets smaller and smaller.
Sir, no, sir. That's not what happened to my genital.
Hold your horses, soldier. We're not accusing you of...
Screeding?
Right, screeding.
Sir, no, sir. Yes, sir.
Where did you get that ruler? Dumb and incomplete where Dombass, the incompetent defense lawyer, buys 7-year-old calendars at a discount?
It looks like one of those reunions, who the guy with the corduroy sports coats.
Dombass, it's Murray Spiegel. He's got an office near Rhemus Helms cosplay ostrich ranch.
Hey, you got any extra space? My chair got run over yesterday when I was sitting at my desk in the parking lot at the Lucky 7 Tarzana. You've got an office at the Lucky 7 Tarzana?
After Nizuki turned his office into a VIP room, I think a shower or something, some of the neuro nurses live in. Dombass is in the parking lot.
And that's no place for a national heirloom like the very chair Anita Orchard Helms was conceived in when Rhemus Helms came to that Lucky 7 Tarzana to pay his gas bill. And he wasn't prepared. Are they still letting you pay your gas bills down there? That gives me reason to go there.
Before Dombass so rudely interrupted this most sensitive conversation, I was asking Sergeant Captain Friday where he got the ruler he's been using to keep notes on his male members since he was 14.
Oh, gosh, sir, that was a long time ago. There used to be an office supply store sort of set back in a parking lot a little west of White Oak, near Lindley off Ventura Boulevard, in back of the Green Burrito. Oh, I know that place. Before they were going out of business, I bought a frozen tamale there.
Dombass, that would mean that you aren't from New York. You weren't in Queens selling carpet to the townhome floors and the head when Myron Alfombra, pronounced Matting, but spelled M&M, was, I don't know, just Myron, and he hadn't put on all those airs yet with the whole spelled and pronounced differently thing.
I mean, if you were doing the 3-trim plug for that criminal guy holding up the big White House, you'd put a lot of air, too.
I remember the office store Sergeant Captain Friday is talking about.
Oh, what city's that in, anyway? I thought it was over in Jersey.
It was in Encino, Dombass, near the Tarzana border where the Lucky 7 isn't.
Not Encino. I wouldn't go there these days. Oh, not anymore.
Why is that? It's a pretty safe neighborhood still. It's the old country to my Persian Jewish friends who've passed on to Beverly Hills and Brentwood.
Safe? How can you say that when every woman in Encino has a lethal butt? Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I've been a good teacher.
Oh, I heard about an attempted home invasion robbery over in the flats down there in the Amstoy Estates. It was a hardcore gang out of Central America. Somebody that Mindy Rickles Goldman recommended to the soldier. She's about 46, 5'4", 140 pounds.
She knocked the whole gang who invaded her house. She knocked them all out with her buttocks. Sir, yes, sir, she did.
Well, soldier, you weren't her teacher, were you?
Yes, sir, I was. Very proud of Mrs. Finkel, a role model to any unassuming middle-aged woman with the right butt. Well, that's too vicious, bro. I was talking to this lady. We were both walking our tuberies over Balboa Park. She's wearing those tight yoga pants, the lemon kind. Her tubery almost bites my foot, and I tell her she really needs to train that pup. Next thing I know, I'm unconscious and being run over on a bike trail by some 60-year-old dude wearing bicycle pants.
Yeah, I've heard about a lot of urban assaults these days, mostly in parking lots where they have yoga studios, trendy supermarkets, too.
So I've trained many women from Calabasas to Pasadena, all the way down to Newport Beach. Hey, he's making book off his classes. I was reading about it over on Life magazine.
Life magazine?
Yeah, it's my life. Go ahead with your own life and leave me alone.
This show is taking directions I never expected. I'm sure the 3 p.m. listeners would never have expected.
It's always sort of like this on this show. That's why they play it over at Rhemus Helms' Cosplay Ostrich Ranch 24 hours a day. There's 96 hours of the stuff on the Karl Gerber with a K channel on YouTube.
The moral of the story is stay away from Encino because you might get knocked unconscious by some angry woman's yoga butt the soldier has taught the defensive butt mechanism to. That is all the rage these days.
Well, you said it.
On another note, what if the soldier has based his entire male persona on a deformed ruler?
No, sir, no, sir. Not deformed like that 1.5 centimeter thing Dr. Goldman sewed on me by accident.
Soldier, your ruler isn't a foot.
Yeah, I know that ain't no foot. How come everybody has a different size foot, but they call it a foot, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess some king had a 12-inch foot at some point in history.
Whoa, maybe if Michael Bloomberg gets elected and Rhemus Helms and him are really in this together, they'll adopt a 14-inch stand.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I'm finding all of this very interesting, but how does it relate to employment law?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was sort of hoping you'd provide the angle with you being in the employee recruiting and interviewing business.
How are you doing?
Soldier, do I have the liberty to punch Murray Spiegel if he says that again?
Hey, it's too bad we ain't got one of those dames with the defensive butts in here. That shut him up.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Spiegel. I've been meaning to ask you, is it pretty much a waste of time for people under 30 to get into a career these days? Because everything will be digitized. It's better they just do nothing, huh?
I'm going to take that one. One of the reasons why this show is so heavily focuses on the sex industry is I believe that it's the only future of the economy, employment too.
I don't like to tell clients this, but I'm not sure how long sex workers will last. Sirs, I speak from experience. My girlfriend lasted a lot longer. She had a lot fewer when I was sporting that 1.5 centimeter thing.
I think what Mr. Spiegel meant is even the sex industry is going robotic and virtual.
Goopers, what Nazuki gonna do? I don't want to lose my desk space in the parking lot of that Lucky 7. It's giving me lots of opportunities. The high roller shirtless dreidel game, the immigration applications for the Nuru nurses who sent their resumes to Nazuki when she was in Japan. And, what I would see through those thin painted plastic. Walk into my office every day because they ain't got walls.
Futurists always thought the day would come when people sat around doing nothing. Maybe the day has come.
Hey, Gerber, you shouldn't be putting down all those younger people because I hear your internet listeners are now only like 18 to 34.
Yeah, shows like this are the future of radio if it's going to go on besides sports.
I happen to be in the demographic of Mr. Gerber's listeners, and I must say I'm quite offended by all the cracks at people in my generation, even Pete.
Yeah, people, this is comedy, and we don't We don't have any holes, except we don't make fun of disabled people. We don't make racial jokes on this show. So get used to it. If you're looking to hire a lawyer who is going to make people laugh, that might be me at 877-525-0700 during normal business hours. I've been representing employees on a contingency for almost 27 years. 877-525-0700 for the first employment lawyer in the San Fernando Valley and Los Angeles phone books back then. 877-525-0700 for real representation. This is the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show. Listen to all the stuff we've been talking about on the Karl Gerber with a K channel on YouTube. And if you have any abuse at work, well, I think you know who to call. Have a wonderful week at work. This has been the Karl Gerber Workplace Lawyer Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC.
Bishop KABC.